Hello guys, welcome back to Tabletop Celts. I'm Jack. Today I'm going to be doing a solo battle report for you guys. It's going to be Warhammer 40k. It's going to be an incursion battle, so 1,000 points. It's going to be my custom Tau Sept, the Pinkanoki, versus my custom Space Marine chapter, the Brothers of Atonement. I'll be using the open war cards, so there will be a deployment, objective and twist, because they're both the same points. I'm not going to do a ruse or anything like that, or a sudden death. Now, because there's so much, I feel like there's so much FAQs, so many different things to keep up with. I haven't been keeping track of everything for 40k, so I'm just going to tell you now. I'm going to be using the basic Warhammer 40k rulebook for like CP and stuff like that, and the basic rules. I'm going to be using the Tau Codex and the Space Marine Codex. I'm going to be using Armor of Contempt for the Space Marines, and I'm going to be using the missiles, like Tau missiles are worse. So normally you won't need line of sight and you just hit normally, but they changed it that the Blister skill is worsened and they get +1 for cover. So I'm using Armor of Contempt and that rule, but everything else I'm just going to play as I see it in the codex and in the rulebook, because like I said, I haven't been keeping track. This isn't a tournament type style game anyway. It is open war cards, so I think that class is open play. So if you're going to play a tournament and stuff, try not to keep this like what I do in this match. Like, don't take it with you to the tournament. Just so if you are into tournaments, I think you kind of know that. So this is just for fun, and I'm just playing it. So I'm going to show you the Tau army list, and then I'm going to show you the Space Marine army list. Then I'm going to go through the map and everything, and what objective and stuff we're playing, twists and cards and all that. And then I'll just do a roll off and to see who's going first. So I'll be back now in just a sec with the Tau army list. Welcome to the Tau army list. So, like I said, I'm using my custom Tau Sept, the Pinkanoki, picking 2 Tau Sept traits. So I'm picking one from Sector A and one from Sector B. So the one from Sector A, Calm Under Pressure. Each time a model with this tenant makes a ranged attack with an assault weapon, that targets a unit within 12, add 1 to the strength characteristic of that attack. Sector B, I've gone for Firecast Marksman. So each time a model with this tenant makes a ranged attack with a pulse weapon, on a unmodified wound roll of a 6, improve the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. Now I think that's good because I'm going up against Space Marines and Armor of Contempt, so I could get some -1 that way, I suppose. I'm running a Tau Patrol. For my Warlord, I've got a Ethereal with his Warblade, I can't remember the name of it. He's not on a drone, he's just on foot. The Warlord trait I've given him is True Unity Devastation, so this is an aura ability. While a friendly Sept core unit is within 6 of this Warlord, each time a core model in that unit makes a range attack, on an unmodified wound roll of a 6, improve the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1, so I can get extra AP that way as well, on top of my Sept trait. Lol. So the relic I've given my Ethereal is Solid Image Projection Unit. Once per turn, the first time its saving throw is failed for the bearer, the damage characteristic of that attack is changed to 0. The bearer has a 4-up inv on it as well. So I've got another HQ, which is a Fireblade. He just is what it is, where he's got the Mark Light, the aura abilities for Fire Warriors and stuff like that. Then I've got 2 troop choices. I've got a 10-man Breacher Squad. They have got just 10 guys in there, and they also have a shield drone accompanying them. And then for my second troop choice, I've got a 10-man strike team. They also have a shield drone accompanying them. Then I'll go over to a fast attack. I've got a 10-man Pathfinder squad. 3 of them have got rare rifles. The rest of them have marker lights. They also have the name of the drones I keep forgetting because I never used to use them before. A pulse accelerator drone and a grav and a grav inhibitor drone. So those are the two drones going with my Pathfinders. I've got one elite choice. I've got a 4-man crisis suit unit. Each squad has got a shield generator and 2 missile pods each. The sergeant has iridium armor. So the barrier will have a 2-up save. I was just wondering if they changed it or not. So the sergeant has that. Sergeant's the one with the pink helmet. I usually run him as my commander, but he's a sergeant today. And then finally I've got a heavy, which is a Riptide. It's got 2 smart missile systems and the ion blaster, what's it called? Ion accelerator blaster. Oh, ion accelerator. And that's pretty much everything I've given him. And that's about 1,000 points. I think it's exactly 1,000 points or 999 points, either way. So that's the Tower Army list, guys. I'll be back now in just a sec with the Space Marine Army list. Okay guys, so welcome to the Space Marine Army list. So like I said, today I'm playing my custom chapter, the Brothers of Atonement. The 2 successor chapters I've gone for, I have given them Long Range Marksman as their first chapter tactic. So add 3 to the range characteristic of rapid fire and heavy weapons, not including flame weapons. Models with this tactic are equipped with, so +3 to their bolters and everything like that. And then the second one I've given them is, what's it called? Master Artisan. So each time a unit with that tactic is selected to shoot or fight, you can reroll 1 hit roll when resolving that unit's attacks. I am running a patrol for my Brothers of Atonement. So I'll start off with my Warlord. I'm running a Space Marine Captain. He's got a Thunderhammer, Jump Pack, and Storm Shield. The Warlord trait I've given him is the Imperium Sword. So you can reroll charge rolls made with this Warlord. Each time the Warlord fights, if it made a charge move or performed a heroic intervention this turn, then until the fight is resolved, add 1 to the strength and attacks its strength and attacks characteristic. So that's pretty cool. So the relic I have given him, the Captain, is the Armor Indomitus. I add 1 to the wounds characteristic of the bearer. The bearer has a save characteristic of 2+, and once per battle, before making a saving throw for the bearer, it can activate its armor force shield. If it does, then until the end of the phase, the bearer has a 3-up invuln. So that's everything for my Warlord. I have a second hero, which is a Librarian. He has a 4-sword and a plasma pistol. The 2 powers I've given him, the 2 psychic or the Librarian disciplines I've given him, are Might of Heroes. So Might of Heroes has a warp charge of 6. If manifested, select 1 friendly core or chapter character model within 12 of the Psyker. Until the start of your next psychic phase, add 1 to the model's strength, toughness, and attacks characteristic. If a unit has more than 1 toughness characteristic, use the lowest toughness characteristic in that unit when resolving any rules. Kind of buff up my Captain a bit more because I kind of want him to do some work with that Thunderhammer, get him in there, do some damage. And then Psychic Fortress is the second ability. So it has a warp charge of 6. If manifested, then until the start of your next psychic phase, while a friendly chapter unit is within 6 of this Psyker, models in that unit have a 5-up invuln save. Because of the AP of the Riptide and the Crisis suits with the missile launchers, I thought it was a fair shout to take, just because 5-up invuln's pretty awesome. Plus Armor of Contempt as well. It's just a nice little defender against stuff like that. I think that's everything for my Librarian, guys. So I'll go through the rest of my army now. So I've got 2 troop choices. I've got an 8-man squad of Tactical Marines. I've got a sergeant with a chainsword and a bolt pistol. The rest of the guys just have bolt guns. No, I lie. One guy has a heavy bolter, sorry. The rest of them have bolt guns. And then my second troop choice is a 10-man Tactical Marine squad. I don't think there is a heavy bolter in that squad. No, there isn't. So that squad just has 9 guys with bolt guns, excuse me, and a sergeant with a bolt pistol and a chainsword. I'll go over to my elite choice. I've got a Venerable Dreadnought. He's got a plasma cannon, a combat weapon, which is his fist, and a heavy flamer. Then I've got my second elite choice is a company veteran squad. So all of those guys have got plasma guns, except the sergeant. The sergeant has a combi plasma, and sorry, all of them also have chainswords. So it's a 5-man plasma chainsaw squad, which is pretty freaking badass. So for my last unit, I've got a heavy choice, which is a 5-man dev squad. In the squad, I've got a sergeant with a combi plasma and a chainsword, and then the rest of the Marines in the squad then have heavy bolters. So I got 4 heavy bolters in that squad. The reason I took heavy bolters is because I like the, I think it's a Hellfire round stratagem, where you can just hit and then do D3 mortal wound, which is nice. Don't have to worry about saves or anything like that. Unless, you know, the psychic powers or whatever involved, you know, feel no pains, that's the word I'm looking for. So I believe that's everything, guys, for the army list. I'll be back now in just a sec with the pre-game setup. Okay guys, so welcome to the battlefield. So I'm playing on the GW mat with GW terrain. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 ruined buildings. Then I've got pipes and ruined walls scattered around the place. So the ruined walls and the pipes give you -1 to hit, and the ruined building gives you +1 to your save. So these are the cards I drew. So this is deployment. The defender's in the center and the attacker is here. So I did a roll-off. Space Marines are the defender and the tower the attackers. So what I've done 6 from the center line and then 6 away from that for the tower deployment. So the tower ended up over there, and the Space Marines are here. What I'm playing is search and secure. So there's 6 objective markers for search and secure. You number them 1 to 6. So there's 1, there's 2, right there, and then it's 3 next to the Riptide, 4, 5, and 6. So you score 1 victory point at the end of the turn for how many you hold. But then at the end, after turn 1, at the start of the turn, you roll a d6, and then whatever number that is, you remove the objective marker. So for example, if I roll a 5, then on turn 2, that objective would leave the battlefield. And then the twist I drew is gales. So there's a strong wind, so subtract 1 for the move characteristic of all models, and subtract 1 from advance and charge rolls for all models. Show you how I've deployed for both armies. So I set up 1 unit at a time and I went back and forth. For the Space Marines, I've got my company veterans here with their plasma guns. I combat squadded a tactical marine squad. So the first one, my 10-man tactical marine squad, so the first lot ended up here. So there's 5. They just all got their bolters, and the sergeant with the chainsword and the bolt pistol. I've got my dev team on top of this building. I've got my second half of the tactical marine squad by here. I got my librarian with his winged helmet, my dreadnought, the 8-man tactical marine squad in the ruin with the heavy bolter, and I've got my captain with his storm shield. But there. For the Tau, I've put Pathfinders there with my Riptide on that side of the board. And then over here I've got my Ethereal, my Fireblade, my Breachers and Strike team with their 2 drones there. And then I've got my Crisis suits for there. Oh, I forgot to mention what my Ethereal invocations were. So I've gone for Sense of Stone and Wisdom of the Guides. So Wisdom of the Guides, if it's cast, I get a CP. Sense of Stone, if I lose a wound, every unit within 6, if they would lose a wound on a 5-up, that wound is not lost. I'm just going to determine to see who's going first. So we'll roll for the Tau. Tau got a 5, and then we'll roll for the Space Marines. So Tau will be taking the initiative. Okay guys, so it's Tau turn 1. I've gone for Kion because I think I just like that one. You can just fall back and shoot and stuff. So on turn 3 to 5, Kion will be active. So the first 2 turns, nothing's happening with Kion. It's my command phase. So I'm going to activate a power from my ethereal. He's going to do Sense of Stone. He gets it off, so every core unit, if they lose a wound within 6 on a 5 up, they ignore it. My Fireblade is going to pick the Breachers as a core unit to reroll 1s to hit. I'm going to do my Nova Shield on my Riptide. So I roll his leadership. So I'm using my Nova Reactor for this. It is below his leadership, so it's fine. Because it's to the number of wounds, I think it is, he's got. If I'm thinking of the right thing. So he's fine, so he can use it again. So if he would lose a wound, on a 5 up, he doesn't lose that wound either. So he's basically my Ethereal's ability as well. That's everything in my command phase, guys. So they have reroll 1s. These guys have, my fire teams have, on a 5 up they don't lose a wound, as does my Riptide. So I've done my movement. I haven't done much. I've left my Breachers, my Fireblade and my Ethereal where they are. And then I moved my Fire Warriors into the building on the top floor, and their drone couldn't make it, so he stayed at the bottom. Left my Crisis Suits where they are. My Riptide stay put, and my Pathfinders are doing a... Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. My Pathfinders and my Fireblade are doing a Marklight action. So they did that in their movement phase. It's the shooting phase now, so now I do my Marklights. My Fireblade is going to do his Marklights into these Tactical Marines. He fails with that. I'm not going to bother spending a CP, or as a reminder, I've got 7 CP now for my Tau, 6 for my Space Marines. So he failed his Marklights. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Marklights in the Pathfinder squad. I'm going to do 4 Marklights into this squad, and then the other 3 Marklights I'm going to put into this squad. So 4 into the devs, 3 into the tacticals. So I'll do the 3 into the tacticals, so I'm looking for 3s. 3 guys got a hit, so the tactical squad now has 3 Marklights on them. I use this blue dice to represent the Marklights. So they have 3 Marklights on them. And then 4 Marklights going into the dev squad. I get 2 Marklights on that squad. So I shall put a dice here. And they've got 2 Marklights on them. Oh, sorry, I should have said where the Rare Rifles going. And then what I'll do, I'll put my 3 Rare Rifles then into the Dev Squad. Okay guys, so my Rare Rifles into the Dev Squad. I got 3 Rare Rifle attacks. They're hitting on 3s because of the Markalite. I get, freaking heck, a 6, a 2, and a 1. I'm going to CP one of those, so it'll take me down to 6 CP with the Tau. There you go, I got 2 hits. 6s don't do anything because they are heavy 1. Then it's strength 8, so it's going to be 2s to wound. I do get 2 wounds. Now it's usually -4, but because of Armor of Contempt it's -3. So -3 will have a 6 up, but because they're in cover they get +1, so they have a 5 up. So they're 2 5-up saves. So they get 1. I'm going to spend a CP with my Space Marine, so I'll take me down to 5. And then I'm going to see if I get a save, and I do. So I don't lose any Space Marines, but there. Those Tower are on 6, Space Marines are on 5 CP. No one scored anything yet, it's just the dice are there when they're ready. Right, so there's the Pathfinders. Well, I decrease the Markalite by 1 now, so they only have 1 Markalite on them. Like so. Then I'm going to shoot. I'm going to do these. I'm going to do the strike team into the devs. Oh, should I do into the devs? No, I'll do the strike team into these tactical marines. I get double shots because they are within 18. I have 20 shots. Hitting on, it would be 3s because of the Markalite, but because of the cover they're in, it's -1, so it's back up to 4s. Okay guys, I just realised it's probably a waste of Markalite shooter to them. Then again, it would be 5s. Nah, going into them. 4s. No rerolls because I put that on the breaches. Still pretty good freaking roll though. So out of 20 I've lost 6, so 14 go through. Oh, 14 hit I should say. Then it's going to be strength 5, toughness 4, so it's going to be 3s to wound. 6s are an extra AP because they're a pulse weapon. So that's my Tau trait. Okay, we got a few misses there, which freaking sucks. Oh, sorry for the blur. So out of 20, we've got, what, 6 wounds? One of them is -2. Technically, because of Armor of Contempt, it's -1, so I'll do this differently. So Space Marines have a 3-up save, so it'll be a 4-up, they're fine, and these will be on 3s too. So we kill 1, kill 2 Marines there. We shall kill these 2 by here, because I still think that guy's within 3 of the objective. That decreases to 2 Markalites. Then my breaches are going to shoot. They're at their long range of 12 because they're out of 8. They are also going to go into the Tactical Marines. So 20 shots again, hitting on, would be 3s, but because of the cover they're in, it's 4s because of the -1 to hit. So 4s. No rerolls. Oh, actually, I am rerolling because of the fire blades. So I get to reroll 1s here. I'll just take out the 2s. And they just turned into 2s, lol. Was that an extra 1 in there? There we go. That's still a miss anyway, thinking about it. And there's a 3 there. Okay, oh, there's 2 3s there. I'm freaking blind. That was a 4, I just flipped it over. So all these hits, it is strength 5, so it's 3s. Get rid of these. Sorry for the blur. There we go, so it is 6 again. One of them, oh, it's pretty much the same as the other fire team. So this one is at -2 because it also is a pulse weapon. So -1, so 4 up. Space Marine's fine. And then these are on 3s because of Armor of Contempt. And 1 Marine just takes a wound. So I'll lower down that Markalite to 1 Markalite remaining. And 1 Marine has taken a wound. I'll just put it on the front guy by here, like so. Okay, so those are the Fire Warrior shot. If I could take out those heavy bolters, that'd be great. So what I'm going to do my Riptide next. I got a Dreadnought to worry about as well. Yeah, those guys can take out the Dreadnought, I think. Yeah, so my Riptide, he's going to put... I am going to put everything into the Dare squad up here, just because it's of Armor of Contempt and they've got a lot of wounds. It's 10 wounds, so... Yeah, my Riptide's going into the devs. Okay guys, so I'm going to do the smart missile systems first into the devs. So it's 8 rockets, hitting on 3s because of the Markalite. No rerolls. So it's 6 hits. And then it's going to be 3s to wound because they're strength 5. 2 more misses, so it's going to be 4 wounds altogether. So it ignores light cover. So it's -1, but because of Armor of Contempt, it's just a flat save. So it's going to be 3s. Ooh, right. So they do lose a Space Marine. I'm going to take a heavy bolter, I think. So I'll have 3 heavy bolters and the sergeant left. Then I'm going to shoot the ion gun, whose name I forget. So it's 6 shots. I will overcharge it because I'm rerolling 1s because of the Markalite. Not rerolling, I get +1. So hitting on 3s. Okay guys, so Markalite, it adds 1 to the attack's hit roll. 3s become 4s. 2s become 3s and 1 becomes 2s, so those don't do mortal wounds to me. I believe that's how it works. Sorry if I got those wrong. That wrong. So technically I'm not taking any mortal wounds just because of the +1, because of the Markerlight. Sorry if I got that wrong. The wording always throws me off on stuff like this. So I got 3 hits. It's strength 8, so it's 2s to wound. That is hilarious. Ooh, Riptide, you suck. So I got 1 wound. Its minus is 4, so armor of attempt would take it to -3, and the cover will give it +1, so it is -2, so 3 becomes a 5. And they get it. Damn! Armor of attempt, baby! Spicy! So that was my Riptide shot. I killed 1 Marine with a Riptide. That's kind of sucky. And that Markerlight's gone as well. Ooh, that's not cute. I did roll quite pup though, for the Riptide, but there we are. So the only thing I've got left to go is the Crisis Suits. I'm kind of scared of the Dreadnought, to be honest. And because I haven't got my Librarian Psychic powers up, I am thinking about taking that out. So those Crisis Suits, I'm going to put all their rockets into that vulnerable Dreadnought. Because I'm within 12, I get +1 strength to assault weapons. So rocket pods, or missile pods are assault. So these are technically strength 8. So I'm hitting on 4s and wounding on 4s, I believe. Wounding on 3s, I think, because of vulnerable Dreadnought's toughness 7. So hitting on 4s. Pretty good. We'll move everything else out of the way. Damn. Very much not in the odds. Damn, look at that. And then it's going to be, I need to double check. I think it's strength toughness 7 for a vulnerable Dreadnought, but I'm double checking. Yes, they are toughness 7 and they have 8 wounds. That's what I was probably going to mix it up. So these are going to be 3s to wound. Ooh, okay. So we get rid of 4, but it's still a friggin' lot of hits. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 saves the Dreadnought has to make. The vulnerable Dreadnought has a 3-up save. The rocket pods are -2, but because of Armor of Contempt, it's only -1. So he'll have a 4-up save. Right, we got 3 of them. That's not great. They are normally 2 damage, but because he has a special rule, he only takes half the damage, so they're only doing 1 damage. And because he's taken 5 wounds, he gets, on 6s, he gets to ignore them. He ignores 1 of them, so he takes 4 wounds. So that will leave him on 4 remaining. It's not too bad, he survived quite a lot of shots there. And that's all the Tau shooting. I'm not going to do any charges because I'm not crazy. At the end of the turn, Tau are holding 3 objectives. So they're holding 4, 1 and 3. So they're scoring 3 points at the end of their turn 1. And I'll be back now in just a sec with Space Marine turn 1. So for Space Marine turn 1, I'm going to, this is my command phase, so I'm going to spend a CP, so I'm on 6 CP now because it's my turn, but I'm going to spend a CP to take me back down to 5 called Wisdom of the Ancients. So, and I'm going to do Rites of Battle, so everyone within 6 of my Dreadnought gets to reroll 1s to hit. I know I've got a captain in that building, but I think I'm going to make him do some work. My Dreadnought's doing that, and that's pretty much everything for my command phase, and I'll be back after the movement phase. I've done my Space Marine movement. I quickly did a bit of a shuffle, so I have 2 Marines of that objective now, right here. I moved my Dreadnought forward, and I moved the Tactical Marines out of that building. I left the Devs where they were. I moved them over slightly, so my Librarian can move up a bit to have line of sight of my Captain, who I flew just in front of the Riptide. I have taken account of the twist as well, so they all move -1 to their move. So it's my Psychic phase now. So the first Psychic power I'm going to cast is Might the Heroes from my Librarian to my Captain. It goes off on a 6. I get it on a 10. My captain is +1 strength, +1 toughness, and he gets +1s to his attacks as well. So that goes off, that's pretty cool. Then I'm going to cast Psychic Fortress. So I've measured everyone within 6 of my librarian. It's basically all this is within 6 of my librarian. If this goes off, everyone will have a 5-up in Von. It goes off on a 10, so they all have a 5-up in Von in that little bubble there. I forgot to mention to you guys, in my movement phase, I've also moved my company vets into that building there. So there's 5 company vets with their plasma guns, but there. Okay, so that's my psychic phase, guys. And I'll be back now with some shooting. So the first thing I'm going to shoot is my Dreadnought. He's going to put everything, so his heavy flamer and his plasma cannon, into the crisis suits. So his heavy flamer is D6 shots, 5. It is strength 5, and the suits are toughness 5, so it's going to be 4s to wound. Right, so we got 3 wounds. They're at -1, so they'll have a 4-up save. Yeah, I'll leave it as that. So I'll put a wound on one of them at the back. This guy here has 2 wounds remaining. Then I'm going to shoot the plasma cannon. It's D3 shots. Do I want to I am going to overcharge it as well. So I get 3 hits. Hitting on 3s because of light cover. All 3 hit. Because the ballistic skill of a Dreadnought is usually, vulnerable Dreadnought is 2. So because of the -1 is 3. So it's strength 8, so it is wounding on 3s. They all wound. And the suits have a 4-up invuln because of their shields. Shield generators. They get 1 to go through. I'm going to CP reroll, which will take Tau down to 5 CP as well. And it still fails. So 2 go through. Let me just change the CP. Like so. Because I've overcharged, they're 2 damage. So it kills this crisis suit. And it puts this one on 1 wound. Right, the next thing I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot these tactical marines. I'm going to put everything into this squad here. So I've got a heavy bolter at -1. I'll tell you what, actually, I'm going to put the heavy bolter into the crisis suits and all the bolt guns into the fire warriors. So I'll do the heavy bolter first. So I'm hitting on 4s because I moved. I get to reroll 1s because of my Wisdom of the Ancients. Still a miss. So I get 1 hit, strength 5, so it's going to be a 4 to wound. It wounds. I'm in Devastated Doctrine, so it's -2, so it's a 4-up invuln on the crisis suit. And he gets it. Then it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's a bolt pistol. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolter shots. And I believe the bolt pistol. Yeah, the bolt pistol's in range. So it's going to be. What was it? 2, 4. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10, 12. It's going to be 13 shots from the bolt guns and the bolt pistols into these guys. 13 shots, guys. I'm rolling them all together because they're all the same. Hitting on 3s. I get to reroll 1s because of Wisdom of the Ancients. Then I get rid of 2s. I see 3 2s in there. There's strength 4, so it's going to be 3s to wound. 3s to wound. That kind of turned around a bit. There's a dice over there. So we get 1, 2, 3. We got 5. Damn, that's a lot of 2s. It's got 5. So they have a 4-up save, but because they're in cover, it's +1. It's 3s. So the Tau get 2 saves. Sorry, what I should have done. Oh no, I don't think I have to declare that. Wait, I do, so the 4-up in on. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take this on my drone. So 2 wounds go through on my drone. because it has 2 wounds, and then one's going on a fire warrior because there's a shield drummer there. But my ethereal center stone goes off, so on a 5-up they don't lose their wounds. So the drone is alive on 1 wound. So the Pathfinder's fine, the fire warrior's fine, the drone's alive, but he does take 1 wound, so he's got 1 wound left. Sorry, I know I did that in a bit of a confusing way. I hope that makes sense. The next thing I'm going to shoot, I'm going to do some bolter shots from here. So I'm going to do 6 shots into... I'm going to do some shots into these breaches, I think. See if we can take 1 or 2 out. Hitting on 4s because they're behind a pipe. Excellent roll. 1 hit on a 3, and it fails to wound. Then I've got some... the second half of the tactical marine squad by here. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I should have done 1 less shot here because it's a bolt pistol, but it didn't matter anyway, but slightly cheating there. So I've got 5 bolt guns. They have moved, so they're going to go into these guys. So they're 24, but plus 3, so they're 27 because of my trait. Half of 27, so 20, 13, 14. One guy is out of range for rapid fire, so it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 shots from those guys into these guys. 6, 9. Hitting on 3s, rerolling once because of Wisdom of the Ancients. Rerolling ones. Got 2 misses. Then it's going to be 4s to wound. Damn. So 4s. So that is 6 wounds. There's no rend. They get +1 to their save. So it's 3s. They failed 2. Sorry, that was a 4. And then they have the ethereal's 5-up. So the drone and a fire warrior this is. And I lose the drone and a fire warrior. Well, that's pretty good shooting from a tactical marine squad. Then I think the only thing I've got left to shoot... Oh no, I've got the company vet as well. I keep forgetting that they're there. So I'm going to shoot my devs next. Question is, where do I want them? I kind of don't want to deal with those Pathfinders, but at the same time I need to start doing wounds to the Riptide as well for the captain's sake. Basically, I'm worried about those crisis suits, the Riptide and the Pathfinders. Plasma shot from the Sergeant into the crisis suits. I'm going to do 2 heavy bolters into the Pathfinders, and I'm going to do 1 heavy bolter with a Hellfire round into the Riptide. Actually, no, I'm going to forego my Sergeant shooting, so I'm just going to do the Hellfire round and the 2 heavy bolters. 2 heavy bolters into the Pathfinders, Hellfire round into the Riptide. The heavy bolters going into the Pathfinders. So I'm hitting on 3s. That's a miss. I can get these out of the way. So we got 5 hits, wounding on 3s. So we got 1 miss and 3 wounds. They're -2, and they get +1 in cover, so they are -1. I'm going to make saves on the 2 drones first. I believe they are both dead, and then I'm going to do 2 Pathfinders. See what they get. Can't remember what the save is. I believe that's 1 save and 1 dead. So I'm going to take the 2 drones and a Pathfinder with a Markerlight, and then I'm going to keep the rear rifles. I'm going to do the last heavy bolter into the Riptide with a Hellfire round, so I'm spending a CPU for this, so it'll take me down to 4. Because I'm foregoing my Sergeant shooting, I'm going to hit on a 2. I hit, and then it does D3 mortal wounds. 3. So Riptide takes 3 mortal wounds. I need to check how many wounds Riptide has. So the Riptide has got 14 wounds, however he's got his shield up, so on 5s he doesn't lose any of his wounds. So he blocks 2 of those. Even though they're mortal wounds, he still has the 5 up feel no pain because of the shield. So it's just the 1 wound, so he's on 13 wounds. I forgot about that. Where the hell's the 13? There it is. So he's got 13 wounds remaining. So the next thing I'm going to shoot, and it's my final unit shooting, is this company veteran squad. And they're going to put their plasma guns into the Pathfinders. Okay guys, so it's 5 guys with plasma guns. So they are within rapid fire range, they are within 13. The reason it's 13 is because of my Space Marine, what's it called? Chapter tactic. I've also been forgetting about Master Artisan. I hope it hasn't mattered, but probably has. Anyway, so plasma guns going into the Pathfinders, hitting on 3s. I'm not overcharging these because there's no point. I get a free reroll because of Master Artisan. Still a miss anyway. So 7 go through. Strength 7, so it's wounding on 2s. And that's 7 wounds. It is -3, I believe. Because of the -3, even with a +1, it's still -2, and they only have a 5-up save. So we do kill 7 Pathfinders. Ooh, I'm going to take 1, 2, 4. Oh, should I keep the Sergeant? I'll try keeping the Sergeant. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll keep a Sergeant and a rare rifle alive. So that was quite lethal from the plasma guns, but I don't know what I was expecting. That is all my shooting for the Space Marines. So I'm going to do some charges now. So the first thing I'm going to charge, it's a bit risky. Actually, no, I'll tell you what I'm going to do first actually. I'm going to charge with my Dreadnought into those crisis suits. I'm thinking, do I want to Overwatch? It's weird because I'm like trying to bait myself, which is kind of dumb to the dumb. What do I do? So it's got 4 wounds left. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 shots. Hitting on 6s. But the Space Marine Captain, that was kind of scary. And if I can bait out his 3-up invuln on Overwatch, that would be pretty cool. What am I more likely to kill? Probably the Dreadnought. And then again, if that goes, Smash Captain pretty scary. What do I want to do? See, I think if I take out this Dreadnought, that would, I know I still got a Librarian to deal with and devs, but it will keep my suits freed up, so they don't have to worry about combat either, and it'll give me a good advantage on this side, I think, because this side is kind of losing over there. And then I don't think the Captain could take out my Riptide, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend the CP, and I'm going to Overwatch with my crisis suits. So 12 shots from my crisis suits into the Dreadnought, hitting on 6s. I made a mistake. So I got 1 hit so far. I'm on 4 CP. I'm going to CP it. I fail. Close though. I'm going to be on 3 CP with the Tau. I'm wounding on a 3. This is why we save the reroll. Right, I failed. It was a big oopsie. The Dreadnought's going to make a shot, just -1 because of the twist. I just realised something. These rune walls have defensible and crisis suits have the infantry keyword. What I'm going to do, I'm going to Overwatch on 5s and 6s. Now I watched the video back. I had 5 5s and 1 6. So I'm going to wound with the 5s. So it's wounding on 3s. The reason it's wounding on 3s is because my Tau set and he's within 12 and they're assault weapons. So I get 3 wounds through. Still not enough to kill him because he reduces them to 1 damage, but still. He will have a 4-up save because of Armor of Contempt. He gets 2 of them. On a 6 he ignores the 1, and he does anyway. Well, so it doesn't matter, but I wanted to do it anyway, because I could have killed him. He rolled a 7 for his charge. 7 is plenty enough to get him into this. So they're now fighting over this. Like that. Then I'm just going to roll a charge with my captain. It's -1. Yes, I was -1 to my charge. A 6 was still plenty because 7 went over the barricade technically, so that's still fine. This, a 5. Ooh, we might have to spend a CP. So I rolled a 5, which is technically a 4 because of the twist, and a 4 is enough to get me in there, so we don't even worry about it. Boop. So my captain is in combat with the Riptide. So charges go first. So I'll do my Dreadnought. He's going to swing into the crisis suits. He has 4 attacks, 1 for the charge. He's weapon skill 2. He gets to reroll 1s because Wisdom of the Ancients. So he gets to reroll that one. Nice. He's strength 12, so it's going to be 2s. Ooh, how many's left? There's 3. But they do have a 4-up invuln. Do I want to save this for my captain against the Riptide? But I could kill this squad right now. Ooh. They don't have the 5-up either, so they only have a 4-up, and then whatever goes through, goes through. So I'm going to spend a CP, which will take me down to 3. But where? Okay, and then they have a 4. Oh, they make them all anyway. Lol. Funnies. Right. Down to 3 CP with the Space Marines. Then my captain is going to go into the Riptide. So because of Might of Heroes and Imperium Sword, he's got 7 attacks. And he's strength 10 because of the Thunder Hammer and the other stuff. Okay, so 7 attacks, hitting on 2s. He doesn't get to reroll 1s because I've been cheating this whole time, because apparently he's not core, so he doesn't get to reroll 1s for his own ability. So hitting on 2s, they all hit anyway. Is a Thunder Hammer -1 to hit actually? Right, I lied. Thunder Hammer is -1 to hit, so he's actually hitting on 3s. So those 2 misses. All those 2 miss, so he's got 4 misses. 3 hit, it's strength 10. So it's 3 to wound. Ugh. Ugh, we should have saved the reroll. Ugh, look at that. Ugh. Alright, it's -2. He fails. But I'm going to spend a CP for the Tau because there's a new phase to re-roll that, so I'm looking for a 4. I still fail. Lol. I'm not very good at spending CP, I never have been. Right, so it goes through, because it's -2, it's 3 damage, so he still has his shield up, so he gets to ignore this on 5s. He takes 3 damage, so that'll take him down to 10 wounds. I was hoping for that to be a bit better, but what are you going to do? That was the Space Marines combat, so the Tau get to fight back. So I'll start off with the Riptide. So my Riptide has 6 attacks because he's still over 8 wounds. It's weapon skill 5, so hitting on 5s. Damn, he gets a few. He's wounding on 3s. Gets 3 hits, and then my captain has a 2-up save, and there's no rend to these as far as I can see. What is this? Does he get to ignore wounds on 6? What did I give him? Is it even relevant? Nay. So my captain takes a wound. That is hilarious. So he's got an extra wound. I think he's got 5. Because of his relic, he would have had an extra wound. So he's taken 1 wound, so he's got 5 left. And then the next combat is these crisis suits into the Dreadnought. It's 10 attacks, 5s and 5s from the suits. So 5s. They got 2, and then 5s. Damn, they got 2. They are I'm pretty sure I've been moving this objective. Apologies if I have been. So they got 2 wounds through. There's no rend to this, so 2 up or 3 up. It's a 3 up. So he fails 1. Then he has a 6 up, which he fails, so he takes a wound. So I'll take him down to 3. Oh, look at that, they actually wounded him in combat. That's pretty freaking crazy. I'm going to do some morale. The reason I didn't do morale before is because these guys couldn't fail. Leadership 8, leadership 8, they only lost. That lost 2, that lost 1, they couldn't fail. These guys, however, might. Do I even want to I'm not going to bother spending 2 CP. So 1's always a pass. So they've lost a lot. They're no way leadership 10. So 1's running. I am actually going to let the sergeant run. And then on a 1 or a 2, the rear rifle runs. Nope, he's fine. So we got 1 rear rifle remaining, which helps, I guess. I mean, it's still a rear rifle, you know. Right, sorry, the Space Marines score 2 points because they're holding the 2 center objectives. So we'll be back now in just a sec for Tau turn 2. So at start of turn 2, right, quick thing, they didn't have to do morale because drones don't count towards morale. And they only lost 1. Same with the crisis suits, they're leadership 7. On a 6, they will become a 7, so they're fine. Same with the crisis suits, so I'm not going to worry about that. Plus, I'm pretty sure they use the Ethereal's morale, but I don't know if that's just an 8th edition thing. Anyway, so one of the objectives is leaving the battle at turn 2, so we'll see which one it is. Number 2. Oh, dude, it's the Space Marine ones. They're going to have to do some work. Boom! So this objective is now leaving the battle, so no more camping for the Space Marines. The Tau, however, yeah, they can stay wherever the hell they want. And this isn't exactly a strong option for the Space Marines either, because there's only 3 dudes holding it. Most of the force is there, so that's kind of... Ooh. We're going to the command phase for the Tau. I'm going to choose from my Fireblade this squad to do I want this squad? So I'm going to do this squad to reroll 1s from my Fireblade. Reroll 1s to hit. Then I'm going to do, on a 3+, I'm going to do Sense of Stone. I do, so there is a 5 up, Feel No Pain over here. I'm going to do a Nova Shield. So basically give my guy a 5 up, Feel No Pain over here too. I need to roll beneath a 10. I just do. I was crapping it then when I saw the 6. He also got a 5 up, Feel No Pain, and his shield hasn't burnt out yet. So that's pretty freaking cool. So that's everything for the command phase, guys, and I'll be back now after the movement phase. Sorry guys, also forgot to mention Tau are on 3 CP. They got an extra one in the command phase. Right, okay guys, I've done the Tau movement, but before I go over what I've done, I actually realised these guys were here, because they took out the Pathfinders. The Space Marines actually scored 3 victory points, because they held that one, and the one that was there. So both Tau and Space Marines are on 3 victory points. They're both also on 3 command points, okay? I advanced my breaches, so they rolled a 3. Now, it's -2 for this, because it's difficult ground, and it's also -1 because of the twist. So they technically moved 5. Actually, they should be a bit further back, because I just realised I moved them 6, but they should be like 5. Like that. So they moved 5 to there. I also moved my Ethereal a bit and my Fireblade. They stayed put. I left my Crisis Suits and my Riptide in combat because I think they could probably take that out, hopefully. I know it gets to fight first, but you never know. Captain, I know he gets to fight first, but I'm hoping I can tank it a bit and just keep him there, because I'm still holding that objective. And I haven't got much to deal with the Captain besides my Riptide at the moment. And I left the rail rifle where it is. Also in my movement phase, I'm going to do an action. And my Fireblade, he's going to do a Marker Light on to the devs. Now it's my shooting phase. So I'm going to see if the Marker Light works on the devs on a 3+. It does. So the devs have 1 Marker Light on them. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot these guys into the devs. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it'll be 18 shots going in from those fire warriors into the devs. Hitting on 3s because of the marker light. 3s. I get to reroll 1s because of the fireblade as well, because in the command phase. But these 2s, oh freaking heck, go away. Sorry, yeah. So rerolling 1s, good thing too, because there's a freaking lot of them. Got 2 more hits out of it. So all these hits, and then it's going to be 3s to wound because they are toughness 4 and they're strength 5 shots. 6s are extra rend because they're pulse weapons because of my sep trait. And they're within 12. Oh, it didn't matter anyway. Right, so they're usually -1, but they're in cover. Well, Armor of Indomitus, so it cancels that. Then they're in cover, so they've technically got a 2-up save. Do we kill at least one of them? No, we didn't kill. So the stairs are still partying. I should have shot those guys. The mark light goes away. Next thing I'm going to shoot these breachers going into these tactical marines. I'm just going to clear them off this objective. So it's going to be 20 shots, close range. Actually, is it close range? Or am I cheating? Yeah, it's close range. Hitting on... It's not -1 because I'm also within 3 of that cover, so I'm just hitting on 4s. No rerolls here. Good thing actually, because there was a lot of 2s. To be fair, there was 3 1s in there, but... Yeah, 3 2s, 3 1s. It was better with the other squad. That is a 3 in there. I think that's all of them hit. Then it is wounding on 3s. Right, okay. So there's that many. I need to see what the rend situation is. So breaches are -2, but because of Armor of Contempt, it's just -1. So these guys need to make 4-ups. I need to do 5 wounds, yeah? Right, so I think they're dead. See, 1, yeah, they die. So there's that Marine squad wiped. Well done, breaches. Doing stuff, yeah. Better than the other fire warriors did, yeah. I think because of Armor of Contempt, I think you're better off just taking breaches. I know they're shorter range, but when they get in there, they hit. But, you know, fire warriors are good against other stuff like Tyranids and other guards, because they don't have Armor of Contempt, but Armor of Contempt really screws them over. Just because they are naturally -1, and then if you get 6s, you're -2, so you're basically breaches at long range. But, yeah. I got a rare rifle. I'm going to do a sneaky shot into these guys. I hit, wounded on a 2. I do a 2 with a rail rifle. It's -4. Armor of Contempt is technically -2, so 5 up. And they're fine. Well done, rail rifle. I'm glad I kept you around. Okay, the next thing I'm going to shoot is those rockets into the Dreadnought. Battle suits can shoot in combat. Heavy are -1 to hit, however they're not heavy, they're assault. But they can only shoot the thing they're in combat with. I can still declare attacks against other units, but obviously if I don't kill the thing in combat with me, I can't shoot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do half my shots. So there is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I'm going to do 6 shots into the Dreadnought, and then I'm going to declare another 6 shots into... I am going to do it into the devs. What should I do into that? No, I'm going to do it into the tactical marines. So 6 shots into the tactical marines. But I can only do those 6 shots after the Dreadnought's dead, if it dies. So the first 6 shots, hitting on 4s into the Dreadnought. I made a mistake. What the hell is this crap? Not even a single one. Okay, lol. They're just too distracted by the Dreadnought and nothing happens. So the other 6 shots can't happen either. That is hilarious. Okay. So that was them. I'm glad I kept them in combat. They're probably going to die now because of that stupidity. Then my Riptide is going to go into the captain. Both my Riptide's weapons are heavy, so I'm -1 to hit the captain, okay? So I'll do my rockets first. I'm hitting on 5s. I get 2, 3 hits. They are strength 5, but I'm pretty sure he's still +1 toughness. So it's 4s. 2 wounds on my captain. It's -1. He doesn't have armor Indomitus because of the shield, but however the shield does give him +1 to his save, and because of his relic he has a 2-up save, so it cancels off the -1 and just a 2-up save. Oh, dude, come on now. He does. I'm gonna. It's kind of dumb, but I'm gonna CP it. I do. So he takes no wounds, so I'll be down to 2 CP with the Space Marines. Then I've got my big scary gun, so it's 6 shots. Take away 2. I will overcharge this just because it does a flat 4 damage each one that goes through, so I would take mortal wounds as well, but we'll see how it goes. So hitting on 5s. Right. So it's -1 to hit. So once again I'm going to do that thing. So these are technically 3s. And this is technically a 1. So I technically take a mortal wound just because of the -1 to hit. Is that how that works? I don't know. Please someone tell me otherwise. But I'm playing it like that for the rest of the game. If someone would correct me about that, that would be awesome. So these are 3s. So I technically rolled 3 3s and a 1. So I take a mortal wound, but I do ignore it on a 5-up. I don't. So I'm on 9 wounds with my Riptide. Where are you? There you are. However, I do 2 wounds, so it's minus a lot. Right, so it's -3. He doesn't have armor attempt, but he has +1 to his save. So it's technically -2. He has a 2-up save, so it's 4s either way. So he has a 4-up, and he gets them both. But if he didn't, you know, if one went through, that would have been 4 damage. It could have been 8 damage. I could have killed him, but there we are. I just did a wound to myself. Lol. But it could have paid off, you don't know. Okay, so that's all Tau shooting. Now we're going to do combat. I'm not charging anyone else, so we're just going to fight now. Space Marines go first, or Space Marines pick first, and then it goes back and forth. I'm actually worried about my Dreadnought, to be honest with you. I'm going to do my Dreadnought. So he has 5 attacks because he hasn't charged. He has 4 attacks because he hasn't charged. Hitting on 2s. I believe he still has Wisdom of the Ancients, and he is cool. So those hits, it's strength 12, so wounded on 2s. 4 wounds, 4 ups. Ooh, that's not good. That is not good. That's not good either. Right, so they fail 3. Right, they're all dead technically, because I'm pretty sure. Right, the 3 damage. If I don't reroll one of them, they're all dead. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend a CP on a 4-up. Ugh, damn it. Okay, so the Dreadnought just murks that unit. So they will be on 2 CP also. Later. Then I'll attack with my Riptide. 6 attacks, weapon skill 5. Gets 2. 1 wound. Dude, Captain, what are you doing, bro? I guess he takes a wound? I guess. Wait, what is he? Strength 6. He's toughness 5, yeah. Lol. Alright. Captain gets a hit back, though. Right, I need to do all the equations again. Because of Might of Heroes and the Imperium Sword, I believe he has 6 attacks now because he's technically losing 1 because he hasn't charged. 6 attacks, strength 10. Okay. And he's still hitting on 3s. My guy, you suck. What are you doing, bro? I'm hitting on 3s because of the Thunder. That was a fail. I get 1 hit. It's a wound. 4 up in volume. He fails. I can't even see it yet. Wait, can I? No. No, I try to CP with my things. On 5s I ignore it though. I block 1. I take 2, so that will take me down to 7, so I'm bracketed. Oh, I suck. I failed you. Let me get an easier dice. Boom. Like that. Right, so that's... I didn't expect that, to be honest. Okay. So that's combat. That's Tau turn 2. They are scoring 2 victory points because... Oh, actually... they're not. I did an oopsie. Right. Tau technically should be on 2 points because the captain's contesting that one. Or is he? No, that was... No, that's right. Because it was at the end of their turn and the captain wasn't there. Yeah, that's fine. Oh no, I like it. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Right. So, at the end of the turn, Tau are only scoring 1 because they died. And Capo is contesting that one. And they're not quite holding that one because they didn't roll high enough advance. Yes, it's 4-3 to the Tau. And then we're going into Space Marine turn 2 in just a sec. Okay guys, so in my command phase I'm getting a CP, so I'm on 3, but I'm going back down to 2 for Wisdom of the Ancients on that Dreadnought, and I'm going to reroll once to hit again. So that's my command phase guys, and I'll be back now in my movement phase. So, Space Marine movement. I'll start off here with the company vets. I've left one guy down there, so he's in 3 of that objective, and I moved the others to the top so they can get some shooting off. I left my Space Marine captain in combat. I moved my librarian behind the pipe through the building to there, 5 inches. Left the devs, moved those guys 5. I moved over the barricade, or the ruined wall with the dreadnought 2 inches because of difficult terrain or whatever the hell it is. I moved those tactical marines there. Oh, I advanced them. I can't remember what I rolled. It's I think it was like a 4 or 5. Sorry. Anyway, they got to there. I haven't spent any CP on the reroll. I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember what I rolled for them. I must have moved the dice. My psychic phase. My librarian is going to cast a smite into the Riptide. Is it a 5? I hope it is. So it goes off in a 5. It does D3 mortal wounds. 2. But the Riptide has 5 to ignore it. He doesn't, so the Riptide takes a further 2 wounds, so I'll take him down to 5 wounds remaining. On 5 wounds. Then the second psychic power he's going to cast is the 5-up Invon one. Psychic Fortress, I think it's called. And he gets it on 10. Wish that was the smite, but there we are. Oh no, it's 11 for super smite anyway. Anyway, so everyone within 6, I pretty much think it's just the devs and him that get that, but it's better than nothing. So that's my psychic phase. Now I'm going to do some shooting. I've measured. I am within 12 of that Pathfinder from my librarian, so I'm going to shoot a plasma pistol shot from my librarian into the Pathfinder. Hitting on a 3. I miss. Cool. Right. I'm going to do these guys next. I'm going to do 1 plasma into the Pathfinder, 4 plasma shots then into the breaches. So the 1 plasma in rapid fire range of the Pathfinder. Hitting on 2s, I'm not overcharging. Sorry, hitting on 2s. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on a 2. It's Tactical Doctrine now. He fails. He doesn't get a save. I don't think he got a save, but he did. And then the other 4 shots, 27. I don't think they're within 13. No, they are just out of 13. So it's just going to be 4 shots. I'm not overcharging these either. Hitting on 4s technically because they are within 3 of this wall. They get 3 hits. Strength 7, 2s. 3 wounds, sorry. Minus, they don't get a save. Well, technically the drone does. So I'm going to take these on the drone. 4 up. 4 up. Takes a wound. 4 up. I'm going to CP that. Should I even bother? I'm not even going to bother. So I'm still on 2 CP, but I'm just going to kill the drone. Boom. Drone's dead. So that's the plasma shot. The devs, I'm gonna put everything into the breaches. So 3 heavy bolters equals 9 shots. Hitting on 3s. Yeah, I can shoot a plasma gun then as well. So hitting on 3s. Oh my days. You freaking suck. You'll miss. The 2 Father Wisdom on the Ancients as well. 3s. 2 wounds. They're -1. They weren't -1 to hit because of the angle they're at, like that. As you can see. So it's only -1. So it's a 5 up. And then because the center stone, on a 5 they don't lose a wound. They do... I actually got to roll that for my drone. So my drone would have technically still been alive, but the last wound kills him. So I don't lose any breaches. But I do have a plasma gun at 2013 range. That is definitely in range. Is it? Where's 12? Yeah, they're in. There you go. So 2 plasma shots. I'm not overcharging. 2 hits. 2's the wound. Ugh, 1 wound. Minus a lot. 5 up though from the ethereal. Ew, we lose a breacher. This tactical squad is going to put everything into the breaches. So heavy bolter. It has moved, so it's hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. Doesn't wound. Then we've got bolt pistol. Hits. Wounds. 5 up from the ethereal. Fails, lose another breacher. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12 shots with the bolt guns. 12 shots from the bolt guns, hitting on 3s. Ooh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Wounding on 3s. Those go away. It's -1 because of the Tattle Doctrine. So it's a 5 up. And then they have a 5 up from the ethereal. No, so they lose another 4. Take these 4. They can't shoot because I advanced them. I'll do my Dreadnought. My Dreadnought's going to put everything into them. He has got his heavy flamer range. I need to see if it's blast though. Well, the plasma cannon is blast, but the heavy flamer isn't. So heavy flamer is D6 shots. 4, I would take that. Sorry, yeah, these are going into the Fire Warriors. Wounding on 3s. Oof, not very good at the wounding. So 1 goes through. -1, +1. Oh, that's a pass. And then the plasma is D3. 3. I think because I got 9 units, I'm pretty sure they would have had straight 3 shots anyway. I'm not overcharging these, so it's 3s. 2s, sorry. I could have. Because of, what's it face? Wisdom of the Ancients. 3 hits. Strength, it's 2s. Ugh, bro, what is going on? There's minus... I actually don't know. So it's -3, but they're in cover, so they get +1, so it's only -2, so 6s. They get 1, and then the ethereal center stone. They fail, so it kills a fire warrior. Right, so that's all the Space Marine shoot in. Charges. My captain's fine there. I'm kind of scared to charge the breaches, but I think I have to. Because I need to kill them, because they're still scary. It's still, what, 8 shots? That's strength crazy, if they're up close. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to With these Space Marines, Tactical Marines, I'm going to charge these breaches. I don't think it's worth just to spend a CP. I could kill like 1 or 2 maybe. What else am I going to spend it on? Yeah, I'll spend a CP. So Tau, I've got 1 CP left for Overwatch. Now 6 of these are going to be at strength 8, so I'm going to roll these separately. So these are from the front 3 here into them, 6s. Nothing, and then the last 2 shots, nothing, and this is why we don't do Overwatch. And then those Space Marines are going to charge. An 8, technically a 7 because of the twist. And they get in. So they charged. Do I even want to bother? New Librarian? Nah, mate, you can't go anywhere, can you? These guys, I want them to hold the objective. So that's all my charges. So charges go first. So it's these guys. So I've got a chainsword in there, so I'll do the chainsword. So Sergeant has 2 attacks. 1 for the charge, 1 for the chainsword, so it's 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. It's -1, so 5 up. Again at both. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks with knives. How many did I say? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 attacks, yeah. It's going to be 3s. 3s. 4, it's enough. There's no rend. 4 up. They get 1. They get all pass all but 1. 5 up. And they get it. Dude, Sensor Stone is like the balls. Right. Then my Riptide was gonna punch the captain. He has 5 attacks now because he's bracketed. Hitting on 5s. Nothing. Then I'll just do my Space Marine captain with his 5 attacks. Okay guys, I think I slightly cheated and I didn't have an extra attack, so it might have mattered. So what I'm going to do, I have 4 attacks, but I'm going to take away 1. So I only have 3 attacks now because to make up for it for the last turn. Because I only get my Imperium Sword if I move, like if I pile in or charge. And I didn't pile in or charge last turn, so I shouldn't have had the extra attack. So I'm going to take away 1 attack now. So it wouldn't have mattered for the strength, because I'm strength 8 anyway, it's only toughness 7, so that's why. So 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. Oh, it's 3s, I keep forgetting. Oh, we're going to CP one of those. Oh, bro. Get out of here. Freaking useless, mate. That's unreal. Okay, so Captain does nothing. The breaches get a go. I need to see a stratagem. Yep, I was thinking of a different stratagem. It only works in the shooting phase, so I'm just going to fight them straight up. So I have 5 attacks because the Sergeant has 2, and it's going to be 5s and 5s. Oh, freaking heck. Not bad. Did better than the Space Marine Captain, but it is 5 to wound though. 2 wounds. Freaking heck. 3 up save. Take a wound, Space Marine. Damn. Damn. Take a wound. Right. That is all the combats for Space Marine turn 2. We've got to do some sneaky morale now. The only one I have to take is for this Breacher Squad. They lost 6, they got leadership 8. 4 plus 6 is 10. I need to see if they get to use the Ethereal's courage. Because failure is not an option, the Tau, the Breachers use the Ethereal's leadership because he's within 6. So they are staying because Ethereal's leadership 10, which is kind of cool. Right, so that's the end of turn 2. It's looking a bit grim. So I'm going to play turn 3 and then we'll see where we're at. Sorry, I also forgot Space Marine score 2 because they hold 1 with the Dreadnought and 1 with these guys. And that's contested. That belongs to the Tau. that one's gone and no one's holding that. So it's technically 5-4 to the Space Marines. Wherever the hell 5 is, but there. Right, okay guys, command phase for Tau. Sends a stone on a 3+. We get it. My Fireblade is picking reroll 1s for this squad. My Riptide's going to do an overshield for a 5 of Feel No Pain. He rolls enough because he's on 5 wounds, so it's 5 and low I believe, so he's fine. So he still has got his shield. Now they get a CP as well, so they're on 2 CP. They were on 1, and when I showed you the scores, I did it before that. So they're on 1. They were on 1 CP, but they're now on 2 CP. Space Marines are on 1. It's 5-4, turn 3. I forgot to mention as well, Kion's in effect. I don't know how good it will be right now, but it is in effect. So we'll see how we do it. So we're back now after the movement. Sorry for getting a lot of things. Also, because it's turn 3, another one of the objectives disappear. I rolled a 6, so this one is going. There's only 1, 4, 5, and 3 remaining. Okay guys, so for Tau movement, I've moved my Ethereal slightly back to hold the objective. I left my Breaches in combat, and I moved my Fireblade there, and he also done a Mark Light action. And I left my Fire Warriors where they are, and I backed out my Riptide from combat because of Kion. He is -1 to hit, but he can still shoot now. And he doesn't have to face the wrath of the captain, even though he hasn't done much. Bless him. But he can shoot other stuff as well, like the devs. But I'm gonna focus on the captain, but you know, it gives me options. Okay, so I'm gonna do my Mark Light action from my Fireblade. I am going to do it into the Dreadnought. So on a 3+. Ugh, never mind. And then these Fire Warriors are going to shoot into the Dreadnought because he's a bit of a pain, and if he comes running in my lines with that heavy flamer and plasma cannon, it's going to be bad. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots. Not 8, it's 16 shots because rapid fire range. Oh, he's -1 to hit. Actually, I don't think he is. Okay, I checked the rules. So a Dreadnought is a vehicle, so he doesn't get the -1 to hit. However, my Crisis Suits are infantry, so they would have got the -1 to hit. Okay, so this is just hitting on 4s. What else am I missing here? 6s, I need to double check my Kion as well. 6s do stuff. Because of Kion, 6s to hit give me additional hits. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, so I get an extra 4 hits. And then because they're pulse weapons, 6s to wound give me an additional -1 AP. It's strength 5, but it's toughness 7, so 5s and 6s to wound. I just realised this was not a great plan. Yeah, it's kind of decent, I guess. How many wounds has he got? He's got 3 wounds left, so we could do it. So we got 4, we got 2 at -2, but it's -1 because of Armor of Contempt. So 3s. Yes, both of them, so we can't kill him. And then it's no, it would have been, it's a 3-up save, so it would have still been -1. So he does take a wound. So he's got 2 wounds left, so we can kill him if he wafts this. He didn't though, so he just takes an extra wound. So he's on 2. Alright. Then I'm going to spend a CP with my Breaches to do a point blank volley shot. I've got 1 CP left with my Tau. So basically they can just shoot into combat when they're in engagement range. So it's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 shots. Sitting on 4s. Not worth a CP. Not worth. I mean, I could still kill 2, but one's on a wound. 3s. 3 wounds. It's -2, -1 because of Armor of Contempt. They pass 2, fail 1. The guy on 1 wound dies. So he killed 1 with that. Space Marines are scary. Okay, so that's all this lot shot. And I've got my Riptide. I need to shoot other things. But the captain is a big problem. He's only got 4 wounds left. So what I'm going to do the Ion Blaster into the captain and missiles into these guys. So I'll do the missiles. Hitting on 6s because I'm bracketed. Yeah. Key. And then my big gun going into the captain. I need to kill him. I'm not going to bother overwatching just because it's overcharging. I do get a hit. See, I would have taken 2 wounds there. So 1 hit, strength, something. Fails to wound. I'm pretty sure I'm a dumbass. Did I reroll something? I didn't. I'm gonna. Oh, do I want to save that for? I'm gonna save it for Overwatch. Cool. So my Riptide did nothing. So that's Tau turn 3. They score 1 victory point because they hold that one, so it's going to be 5-5. And then it's going to be Space Marines turn 3 in just a second. Okay guys, so in my command phase I've got a command point, so I'm up to 2 now. I did my movement. I left the company vets where they are. My librarian moved a bit closer. My captain moved so he couldn't fail his charge. Left the devs, left them in combat. The dreadnoughts moved his forward. They moved him forward. He is a 10-inch charge away, including the twist from the ethereal. I moved those guys 2 over and 2 across, so they are now in range of that objective. So if we can deal with the Riptide, we're scoring an extra point. If I can kill the ethereal, we're scoring an extra point. But I'm not too worried about it on the Space Marine angle because they haven't got much left. Stupid Xenos, lol. Right, so that's my movement. Then I'm going to do some psychic powers. I'm going to cast a smite from my librarian into the Riptide. That fails to go off. I'm going to CP it. It goes off. So I'm down to 1 CP. Does D3 mortal wounds to the Riptide. The big 3, he does get to ignore them though on 5s because of his shield. He ignores 1 of them, so he's taken 2. So he's on 3 wounds left. Then I'm going to cast Might of Heroes on my captain for the extra attack and strength, I guess. That goes off. So he gets extra stuff. That's my psychic phase. Shooting. First thing I'm going to do 5 plasma shots from the company vets into the Riptide. I'm going to overcharge because, wait, should I? Yeah, I'll overcharge, why the hell not? Hitting on 3s. We didn't die. 2 hits. Strength 8. 3s. I am tempted to reroll. What would I spend a CP on? A charge roll. Yeah, not going to bother. Q. My captain is going to throw a crack grenade. Hits. Fails to wound. I can potentially do D3 mortal wounds to the Riptide right now with a heavy bolter. With a Hellfire round. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to forego my sergeant shooting on my dev squad. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 2 heavy bolters into this guy, these guys. Then I'm going to do 1 heavy bolter into the Riptide, spending the Hellfire round CP. So I've got nil CP now for the Space Marines. I'm foregoing my Sergeant Shooting, so I'm hitting on a 2. You can't lie. Oh, out of curiosity, if I hit, I would have killed him. Disappointing. Very disappointing. But then again, he did have 5s. Yeah, he would have blocked when he would have still been alive. But it would have been cool though. Would have been that excitement for like a second. Alright, never mind then. 2 heavy bolters into these guys, hitting on 3s. All but 1. Wounding on 3s. 3 at -1, +1, so straight up 4s. They get them all, nice. Then plasma pistol from the librarian, not overcharged, into the what's his face? The Riptide. Fails on a 2. Those tactical marines are going to shoot into these guys, so it's going to be 10 shots. Those guys hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Still in tactical doctrine, I keep forgetting to say. So it's 3 and -1, but they're in cover, so it's just the saves on a 4. They lose 2, but the ethereal sense of stone, they still lose 2. I'll take these 2. Dreadnought is going to go into these guys. Heavy flamer and plasma cannon. Heavy flamers D6. Sorry, I had a brain. My brain. It's extremely hot in here. Wounding on 3s. -1, so they have a 4 up and a 5 up. So get 2 of those, and then they have the 5 ups. They get 2 of those, damn. Oh, sorry, that was a 4, so they do lose 1 still. It's half the squad. The plasma cannon, D3. 1, it's not blast anymore because I should have shot it first. Lol, hitting on a 2, wounding on a 2, wounds minus a lol. So that's a fail. 5 up. That's a fail, kills another one. So that's -2, sorry. Or -3, I can't remember. It was one of those. It's more than -1. Right. So that's all my shooting. So we're going to do a charge. I'm going to charge my Dreadnought into the ethereal. I'm going to need a 10, including the... I spent my CP, so that fails. My captain is going to charge. I will spend my last CP on my Tau to Overwatch. So, does he get in first? He does get in. Okay guys, so the Overwatch. Missiles first. Hitting on 6s. Get a sneaky hit. And a sneaky wound. -1, but he doesn't care. He passes it. I will overcharge. Hit it on 6s. So this is my ion gun now. I just take 2 more wounds. Excellent. I was hoping for some 6s, but I'm going to roll them off. I don't. That was a big mistake. I've got 1 wound left. Ugh. Give me a 1. There we are. To be fair, if that went through, that could have killed the captain. It was either him or me, basically. So my captain charged. He's got 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. Oh, no, he's hitting on 3s. Damn it, I keep forgetting that crap. And he's always rolling pup. There we go. He only needs 1. 4 up. Oh, and this is why you fail. Alright, nothing happens. Dude, what is up with that Smash Captain? It freaking sucks. Alright, so... Oh, I do have more charges. Technically I should have done that first. I should have done these guys. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the Space Marines. 5s. Get 1. Doesn't wound though. And then my Space Marine's gotta go. I'll just pile in. Yeah. So it's going to be the Sarge with his 3 attacks because of Chainsword, and he hasn't charged. 3s. Excellent rolling. 3s. Ugh. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 attacks from the regular Space Marines with their knives, hitting on 3s. All hit, wounding on 3s. 3 hits, and then it's 4s, 2 fail, and then it's going to be a 5 up from Thingamabob. They fail both of them, so 2 die. Yeah. From Sense of Stone, that was. Right, okay. That's the end of the combat. Space Marines hold 1 over there. So that will take them up to, because that one's still contested because my librarian's not there yet. And I was hoping this would be clear. So my Space Marines are holding 1, which will take them up to 6. That's the wrong dice. Yes. Take them up to 6. Wherever the hell that is, there it is. There's 10-4. I'm gonna roll morale. So those guys lost 6, however they are using his leadership. That's 12, so they fail. So 1 runs away. And then 3 rolls. On 1s and 2s they're legging it. 1 more runs away. So there's 2 fire warriors. Lol. And now that is officially the end of turn 3. Sense of Stone. I get it. I'm going to give rerolls to this squad, I guess. They have to do a leadership check, but they're fine because they're ethereal. They're going to stay in combat. I've got 1 CP. These guys are going to back down, so they technically move 5, so I'll take them to there. This guy is just going to stand there and get in the way of the Dreadnought. Like that. Actually, I don't even think he needs to, because the Dreadnought only moves so slow. Might as well put him there. Then shoot in. They can't shoot anything because they're behind the ruin. He is just going to do a sneaky 2 shots into them, into the Dreadnought, see if he can take it out. 1 hit, 1 wound, 1 save. These guys, I'll spend the CP to shoot in combat. So it's 4 shots, in on 4s, 1 hit, 1 wound, 1 save. I get it. Then my Riptide is going to shoot the captain. I'm not going to overcharge this. Good thing too, because I would have freaking died. So I think they're all missed because I minus 1 hit anyway. My rockets, 6s. 2, I think it's 4's nothing because he's still got the Might of Heroes on. So that's Tau turn 4. They score a point, so that will take them up to 6. Space Marines, my Dreadnought, he's going to move 5 or 4 to there. Technically, I'm going to advance them actually. Sorry, in their turn, so I'll just get them a bit further to there so they're holding the objective. Because if they get ethereal die, that would have been pop. Then shooting phase. Oh, actually, I'll back these guys up like that. Psychic phase. I'm going to cast Smite from my librarian. It goes off with an 11, so it's D6. Typical. Does 2. He didn't get his shield off because there was no point. So the Riptide dies from a Smite. 4 plasma shots, because that guy can't see into the breaches. They're minus... No, they're a bit further than that, so it's just the 4 shots, no -1 to hit. 3s, 2s. Did I get a CP or something? Have I used it? No, I'll CP that. So it's 2 hits. Minus... It's Assault Doctrine now. So it's -1. No, it's -3. 4 up save. No, they both die, even with a 6 up. Technically, they might have had the Ethereal's power as well. They failed that also, so they both die. Plasma Cannon into the Fire Warriors, Heavy Flamer into the Fireblade from the Dreadnought. Heavy Flamer, 3 shots. 3s. 3 wounds. -1. Fails all of them. Is he within 6? He is. Is he cool? I'm going to see if it's relevant. Kind of is. I need to check. So he has 1 wound left after the Flamer, then the Plasma Cannon into the 2 Fire Warriors, D3. 3 shots, hitting on 2s. Ugh. 2 wounds. Probably, what is it? Either way, he's passing his 5 up from the Ethereal. Those guys can't shoot because they're behind a building. Charges. No, because... No. Well, I guess. That Dreadnought's going to try and charge. I'll just go into him. I had to declare. I was going in and beat him up. 5. Any more charges? No. I think he's dead. Yeah, Ethereal... Yeah, he did. Squashed by Dreadnought. So sorry, it's 7-6 to the Space Marines. I probably could have done that turn a bit better. I could have advanced them, but I friggin' didn't do it. So which one goes? 4. This one goes. So I'm not even going to bother pay the turn because there's no way they're getting it. So Space Marines score another point. At the end of the game, it's going to be 8-6 to the Space Marines. It could have been a draw, maybe, if they survived. No, probably not, because they could have just moved on to the objective. And they were just wiped. So yeah, it's going to be 8-6 to the Space Marines at the end of the turn. Or at the end of the game. So I hope you enjoyed that battle report, guys. Sorry if the last turn was a bit rushed. I'll be back now in just a sec with some thoughts on the game. Okay guys, so welcome to my afterthoughts of the game. So my first thought is, it's freaking melting in here, bro. It's really hot in here. And I can't leave the balcony door open or the windows open because I make noise, and it's kind of late where I am, so lol. So it's really hot. But besides that, pretty good game, I thought. It was kind of close, I guess. I mean, I could have done 1 or 2 of the Space Marine turns a little differently, but it looked like it was going to win turn 4. Armor of Contempt, really good against Tau now. I mean, I thought it was quite scary, actually. It kind of bothers me a bit. Like, they changed the Fire Warriors in the new Tower Codex so that the regular Fire Warriors have -1 AP, but they just cancelled that out now with Armor of Contempt, so it kind of feels not really worth, considering that most times you're playing against Imperium, like Space Marines and stuff. So that's kind of sucky. I know you can still get extra AP, like with hitting on 6s with certain things, but kind of sucks. I think breaches are the way to go with infantry. This is probably obvious to some people, but I'm just throwing my thoughts out there anyway. So yeah, I definitely should get more breaches. I mean, they're not bad. I mean, they still got range. I mean, they'd be good against guards, pretty much other Xenos, so they're not terrible. It's just against Space Marines they kind of suck. They're basically 8th again. What else did I like? Dev team with heavy bolters and in cover, mental. Armor of Contempt minus Norig -1, and then +1 in cover is like cool. I mean, I only lost like a handful of Marines that game, which was insane. What I should have done really with the Tau is taken, I think it was Mon-Ka instead of Kion, because it was such a small board and the way the deployment was. I mean, they were only, 12 inches away because of how deployment was. So I should have realistically took Kion instead of Mon-Ka. But I think they've weakened it a bit, haven't they? I know I said I was going to use this stuff in the rulebook because I haven't been keeping track of FAQs, but I know they have changed that drastically, so I didn't want to bother it, and I heard it was weaker anyway, so I didn't use it. I mean, Kion's good if I survived, because I could have back out shot. What I should have done maybe is deep strike my crisis suits. I know I probably would have lost the flank a bit sooner though, so I guess. But if they got it, then they could have come down and dealt with more stuff. I liked the objective where the one was kept disappearing. It kind of was a bit harsher on the Space Marines because, they lost the one in their zone and they lost the other one in the corner. But it kind of worked out in the end. Like the Tau lost theirs and there was no way they would get any other because there was just too much fire going on. And the movement penalty as well, so it was hard to get around. My Space Marine captain, don't know what was happening with that roll in there. That was just pop. I think I rolled like 1s and 2s for most of his attacks. And I can't even re-roll them because he's not core. And it would have normally been on 2s because this is a Thunderhammer, it's -1, so he was just whiffing. Librarian was pretty good with his smite and his psychic powers. I did enjoy the 5-up Invon, I think it was, with the barrier. I think mainly the setup screwed over the Tau. Maybe I should have put them all together on one side and just moved forward, like pushing the Marines back, but then again, Marines like to be close, so I don't really know. And Tau don't really like to be close. Like I said, I rolled off at the start, and the way the deployment was, they were kind of screwed with that because they were so close together. So that didn't help. Like the Dreadnought, realistically, the Dreadnought would have been dead, like if it was on the other side of the table, depending if I hit it well or not. But I nearly killed it up close, but the fact that it charged, I mean, I nearly killed it with Overwatch and stuff like that as well. So, I mean, normally that would have been dead. I don't know. I was struggling a bit with the Space Marines in cover. But then again, if my Riptide wasn't focused on the Space Marine captain, because once again, he just flew over, even with the -1 to his movement, he was just there. Do you know what I mean? So I had to deal with him. He was just in my face. But I guess that's just the problem with the small board sizes and the open war cards. But I like it. It was cool. I think it wasn't a bad Tau list. I think it was pretty good. Maybe, like I said, I probably should get more breaches and just replace them, especially in 1,000 points. Maybe take out the Riptide in 1,000 points, just because you're playing on such a small table anyway. Don't get me wrong, it would have, if we played normal, like each side, it would have taken them a bit longer to get to me, and I could have just shot a few times, but depending on how terrain is, you might not get certain targets in. Pathfinders, I mean, the rail rifles are good, Mark Light's kind of good, but it just Space Marines and Carver with the Armor of Contempt is like, bruh, can't really do anything, 6 or 7 Marines I took out of that list, so I was like, I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed too. Please feel free to leave a comment if you would like to say something, maybe share some thoughts on the game yourself. And I will catch you in the next one. Take care.